First novel, Where Things Come Back, is, you know, basically a coming of age story. It's about trying to grow up in a small town in the South, very similar to myself trying to grow up in a very small town in the South. I'm from Louisiana, so I'm not far removed from most of you guys here in Texas. So what I wanted to do though is, when I had the idea for the novel, I wanted to explore the idea that maybe we are looking, or maybe my main character is looking at life in the wrong way, and maybe he thinks his life is so miserable trying to grow up in a place that he doesn't feel understands him and that he doesn't understand. Maybe he should realize that he's looking at life in the wrong way. And so really it becomes a story about what we're looking for, because what really happens is that his younger brother goes missing. And it becomes a story about, you know, yes, life can be problematic, but when something really tragic happens, how do we deal with it and the aftermath of that? So,
And where'd the title come
and the title comes from, and the cover as well, right? The cover is, well, the title, Where Things Come Back, in this small town that he already thinks is very ridiculous and just not his place, right? In this small town, a bird watcher thinks he sees an extinct woodpecker that has never been seen in 60 years. And so all of a sudden this very small podunk little town in Arkansas becomes flooded with all of this national and international media attention. And of course, if you're 17 and you live there and you hate it already, this makes you hate it about 1,000,000 times more. Just like now everyone's looking at how miserable my town is all over the world, and I'm still stuck in it. So there you go.
Alright, so Every You Are Me, I actually have to stand because there's a visual. So, oh no, my place isn't in it anymore. Alright, well we'll just keep flipping. So this is a photographic novel. It was born because of the photographs, of which I cannot find a convincing one. Alright, there we go. Can he do it? Alright, so the book was written because my friend Jonathan Farmer gave me photographs randomly one at a time, and I wrote a novel based entirely on the photographs. He didn't know what I was writing, so it's completely random. And that was just a form of collaboration. I'd collaborated with other writers before. I wanted to try collaborating with different kinds of people and different kinds of artists, so this was a photographic novel. And the story, as Marion alluded to, is a mystery because the main character is a very messed up kid. Something clearly bad has happened to his best friend, who is no longer in the picture. We don't know what it is. And he is trying to grapple with that, and you, the reader, are trying to piece together what's going on. And what sort of pushes him over the edge is that somebody is leaving him these photographs, which are not actually random within the story, it's basically forcing him to confront the thing that he really, really does not want to confront. The title of the book, this is interesting, talking about the evolution of how things start. When I started writing, because I couldn't figure out what the plot was because it was going to be entirely dependent upon what photographs my friend gave me, the only thing that I knew about the character going into it was that his life would play out like a Placebo song. There's a band called Placebo, they're very angsty, I saw some smiles over there. And it was the first time, I always listen to music while I'm writing, this is the first time that I actually set the tone ahead of time by choosing which band would actually be the soundtrack to the book. I wasn't actually thinking of the title, but one of my favorite songs of theirs is called Every You, Every Me. And it became a theme in the book without me actually realizing it ahead of time, because it's this notion of you are many people at once, and even the people closest to you, they can't know every person that you are, just as you can't know every person you are. Different situations call for different aspects of you to come out. And sometimes there are extreme circumstances that you become somebody you never ever thought you would be. And so this notion of every you, every me, and how we can know sort of a majority of each other, but we can't know the entirety of each other, became the theme for the book. And so when I was thinking about the title, it just was sort of handed to me. And again, it became one of the central